Karen pushed my disabled son into a lake not knowing I'm a Marine drill sergeant. You ever hear a splash so loud it stops your heart, then realize it was your disabled son who got shoved into the lake? Yeah, that happened. And she had no idea who she just messed with. Let me back up. I'm Staff Sergeant Miles Jackson, 20 years in the Marine Corps, been to Fallujah twice, led recruits through rain, mud, and blood. But nothing, and I mean nothing, prepared me for the rage that lit up my spine that day at Willow Lake Park. See, it was supposed to be a quiet Sunday. My son Elijah, he's 10, born with spina bifida, smart as a whip, loves ducks, Oreos, and history documentaries. He's got this all-terrain wheelchair with fat rubber tires that we saved up for, just so he could keep up on gravel trails and roll down docks like any other kid. And that dock at Willow, his favorite spot. He loves to sit there with a sketch pad and draw the water, says it helps him think. We parked. We rolled out. We waved at a few folks. That's when I saw her, Karen. I'd seen her before. Designer visor, yoga pants so tight they could double as shrink wrap. Always walking that yappy little Pomeranian like it's a trophy. She never liked Elijah being on the dock, once even called him a tripping hazard. I brushed it off. Not today. I sat on a bench a few yards back while Elijah rolled ahead. And then I heard it. I told you people like you don't belong in the way. I looked up, and my boy was in the air. I swear. Time stopped. The chair hit the water first, followed by Elijah's tiny frame. For a moment, there was silence, just ripples, his sketch pad floating away like a ghost. And then I moved. By the time I reached the dock, adrenaline had taken over. I didn't yell, didn't scream. I dove, pulled my son up by the straps of his life vest. Thank God I never let him go without it. Got him on the dock. He was coughing but conscious, terrified. And Karen, she was just standing there, arms folded, muttering, "Well, maybe now he'll learn not to roll in people's way." I turned, slow, dead calm. Say that again. She flinched. People were already filming. One woman called 911. A teen ran to grab a towel. But I didn't need any backup. I walked up to Karen, 6 inches from her face, and said with the force of 20 years of command, "I'm Staff Sergeant Jackson. U.S. Marines. You just assaulted a disabled child. My child. You will sit your ass down and wait for the police, or I will personally make sure you answer to every civilian, criminal, and federal statute in this state. Do you understand?" Her face dropped. Her voice cracked. I didn't know he didn't say anything. He was just, I raised a finger. You didn't care. But now you're about to learn what accountability feels like. Cops arrived 6 minutes later. EMTs checked Elijah. Witnesses backed up the whole story. Multiple videos. Clear audio. Karen was cuffed on the spot, charged with assault of a disabled minor and reckless endangerment. But it didn't end there. The footage went viral. Headline read, HOA woman pushes boy in wheelchair into Lake Marine. Dad responds, 3 million views by Friday. Community outrage followed fast. HOA tried to distance themselves, but turned out Karen was their vice president. She had filed complaints about Elijah before. Now those records became public. Elijah. He got over the fear faster than I did. Kid's tougher than people realize. Said, "Next time, Dad, maybe we don't go where ducks have psychos." We laughed. And then something beautiful happened. The neighborhood launched a fundraiser. Not just for Elijah, but for other kids needing adaptive gear. They raised $40,000 in 3 days. A new lakeside dock was commissioned with railings, ramps, and a dedication plaque that reads Elijah's lookout for every kid who belongs. Karen. She's banned from all public parks in the county. Her trial's coming up. But the court of public opinion already delivered its verdict. Loud and clear. As for me, I still sit on that bench. Same spot, watching Elijah draw. And every time I hear laughter or see a kid in a chair roll down the ramp without fear, I remember there's a right way to fight back. And there's my way. Now I've got to ask, was I too calm, too harsh, or is there no such thing when someone harms a child with a disability? Let's talk. Because respect isn't optional, it's mission critical. The end.